His mate, his prisoner. Episode 5. Previous episodes are available in playlist, a link is given in the video description. Chapter 47. Kane, I felt the girl smell me earlier. I'm sure of it. Her actions both puzzled and did things to my body that I would rather not think about. Why did she trust me as much as she did? What was it about her that continued to draw me in? She was a puzzle to me, a puzzle that I had to keep away from. She kept doing things that surprised me. I was never sure what she was about to say or do. It was easy to say that I would never have a dull moment with her. I've had people hate me from the moment they met me, who judged me. She was probably one of the first women who thought of me as someone they could trust blindly. Thinking about her while she wasn't even near me was off limits. From now on, I had to be harsher on myself. I had to do it because I couldn't disappoint the one person that mattered to me. I look up from where I'm standing. I don't know why I'm in front of Maya's home. I wouldn't be here if I had another option to find my mate. I knew that the only way I would be able to find Maya's abductors was by finding out the list of her family's enemies. I didn't know how to do that when half of my pack was locked up in a cell while the others were dead. This was the only way. Her brothers would have to hand over the names to me. No one else but them would know the answers to this critical question. I knew that her family would freak out when they saw me, but I didn't care. I had to do everything to find out who took Maya from me. She was all that mattered to me. Finding who took her was the first stage. I knew how much her family hated me, and I know that they still think I killed her. They have no reason to trust me. I've been horrible to their sister since the start. I take a step forward and then another. I was walking towards people that absolutely hated my guts and I had to keep my guard up. I didn't blame them for hating me at all. I hated myself as well. The list of people that despised me kept growing. I never thought that I would also join the list. I take a look at my surroundings, taking in the environment. What I didn't expect to see was the massive tents stationed outside the palace. I feel my blood begin to boil at the sight. Did they move on as if nothing happened? How could they be hosting any events when Maya was missing? They should be searching for her. How could they disrespect their sister like that? They tried to kill me, thinking that I was the one that harmed her, but yet they're hosting events while she needed their help? Didn't they see how much of a hypocrite they were being? Did they think Maya would be happy to know that her family wasn't searching for her? I storm into the court, knocking a guard to the ground. No one would stop me today. Maya's family will be the ones explaining this time. They needed to explain what was wrong with each of them. She deserved better than this. The people closest to her shouldn't continuously let her down like this. Maya needed us. Couldn't they see that? Couldn't they see that she was in trouble? Was I the only one that saw this? I turn a corner, and it's only then that I notice pictures of Maya stuck to poles and chairs. There was an even bigger one to the front of me. Seeing her picture sends a sharp pain throughout my body. It's hard for me to see anything that looks like her. I desperately wish that she was in front of me. I wish I could hold her close to me and beg her never to leave me again. She doesn't know how much her disappearance is killing me. She told me that she would make me suffer, and she kept her promise. Unlike me, Maya kept her promises. I take a deep breath and fight the tears that threaten to fall. I can't lose it again. I had to be stronger than this. She needed me. She needed me to be strong for her. She deserved a mate that would fight for her. She needed a mate that wouldn't believe that she was dead no matter what anyone else said. I kept on walking while trying my best to avoid the pictures. If I continued to stare at them, I wouldn't be able to keep going. I would fall to the ground clutching the picture to my chest and begging her to return. I spot her family crying in a corner, and it's only then that it dawns on me what this entire event was about. I take a moment to process everything. It couldn't be. Her family would not be this stupid. They just couldn't. I knew they weren't crazy enough to host a funeral for their sister. Why would they do such a thing? Did they not realize that my mate was alive? Are they delusional? I told them that she was alive, and I told them that she didn't die. What else did I need to do to prove to them that she was waiting for us to save her? I'm fuming inside. It will take a lot to keep my emotions in check. I storm over to Austin and grab him by his shirt. He looks surprised to see me, but I don't wait for him to say anything. Instead, I'm the first to speak. What is this? I demand. I can hear shouting all around me. I can't tell who's yelling at me, but I don't care. This was not the family Maya always boasted about. According to her, her brothers always find her and protect her. So why weren't they doing that for her now? James grabs me and tries to shove me off Austin, but I don't loosen my grip. Someone has to explain to me what is happening here. Someone needs to tell me why her family members are the first to accept that she's dead. How can I be the only one unwilling to take that she's left us? How am I the only one to know that Maya wouldn't let someone quickly kill her like that? Did they have no faith in their sister? I'm saying my final goodbye to the sister you took from me, Austin growls. She's not dead. I roar. Maya's alive. My mate is alive. Do you hear me? She's alive. How can you lie so good? Austin demands. You took her from me. She's gone because of you. You killed her. I can't stop myself as I punch him hard across the face. There are gasps all around us, and we are now the center of attention. How can he so easily say that I killed her? Maya talked highly of you, I shout. She spoke highly of her brothers constantly. She always said that you protected her. You were always there for her. She was proud of you. Yet you're the first one to accept that she's dead. If she were here today, she would be disappointed in all of you. Instead of searching for her killers, you're here planning her funeral. Instead of finding her, of bringing her home, this is what the family she loved more than anything is doing. I feel sorry that she ever loved people like you. You never deserved her love just like I never did. Austin's face looks completely torn by my words. Good. I intended to hurt him. He had to realize that he was doing. Lucas. I hear someone whisper. Lucas is here. I turn around, and they're right. Lucas is here. Maya's youngest brother. He rushes into the tent shouting her name. Why does it seem like he's only just found out about her death? Where is she? He shouts. Where is my sister? Austin pushes past me to go to his younger brother. I'm sorry, Austin tells him as he holds him close. No. Lucas shouts. She's not gone. Maya is not gone. Lucas breaks down in front of everyone while his brothers try to comfort him. I walk up to him, and he raises his tear-streaked face to look at me. She's not dead, I tell him. It's what I've been trying to tell your brother. Maya is alive. I can feel it. How can you be so sure? He asks me. It's the first time any of her brothers genuinely tries to have a conversation with me. He's also the first to consider that there is a possibility that she isn't dead. Do you have little faith in your sister? I ask him. Do you think she will die so easily? Do you think she will leave without saying goodbye to the people she loved? Do you think that she will let anyone harm her unborn baby? She's stronger than that. My mate is stronger than that. She's a fighter. I know in my heart that she's still alive and waiting. She's waiting for the people that love her. Lucas nods and picks himself off the ground. You are right. Maya is still alive. We have to find her. We can't let those people take her away from us. Finally. Someone that I can get along with. Why are you here? Austin asks me. I want the list of all your enemies, I tell him. I want to find the people that took Maya. They have all the answers that we are all looking for. I wasn't the one to kidnap her this time. Whoever did it claimed that you also killed their sister. I need to find out a list of all the women you killed and the list of every single enemy related to them. Maya's brothers look between each other before Lucas nods his head. We will give the list to you. I had the list of their enemies. I needed to remove the ones that didn't have sisters, that would be rare to find, but it was all I had to work with. My plan will only work if the person who wrote the letter about Maya was telling the truth. I hold the paper tightly in my hands. This is the first lead. I'm not going to stop here. The next chance that I get, I'm searching for her. I don't care where you are, Maya. I will find you, and I will make things right between us. Kane. I heard someone shout my name. I turn towards the sound, and I recognize the person immediately. It's the same girl from before who protected me from Maya's brothers. I didn't want to stay and speak to anyone, but I think I had to at least listen to her after she saved my life. She's why I can live to find out what happened to my mate. What is your name? I ask her. She looked startled when I asked her, but she quickly answered, Gabriella. I nod, not that I'm not grateful that you saved my life before and believed me when I said I wasn't the one to hurt Maya. But it's a little weird that you tried so hard to protect me. You are friends with Maya's family, why would you go against them? Why would you help a stranger like me? Especially when that stranger. She smiled at my last comment, and I don't blame her. I was a stupid for the things that I did in the past. I was trying to make up for it now, but I wasn't sure that anything I did from now on could outshine the wrongs that I've done. She looks away from my piercing gaze, it's like she doesn't know if she should tell me, which makes me even more curious than before. Why did she help me? Did she know my father? Or my sister? I could tell by how hurt you were on that day that you are deeply in love with Maya. I've been through my fair share of heartbreak, I know when a man is in love. I know how he looks when his heart is broken. You were in a lot of pain when you found out about Maya. Austin and his brother were too lost in their pain to see that you were hurting. I didn't want them to make the mistake of killing you, I know that it's the last thing that Maya would ever want, for her brothers to kill the man she loved. I also want to believe that Maya is alive, and if there's a chance she is, I want her to find you. I want to see you two happy together again." Hearing that Maya loved me was another sharp pull at my heart. We never got a chance to explore our feelings for one another. She never fully opened up about them to me, but her actions and how she fought to protect me were enough to tell me the truth. My hands close around the paper, and it makes an annoying sound in return. Time was running out, I had to keep looking. But if I kept looking, Giselle would wake up and find me gone. Giselle's father, that bastard, chose to attack me when I was at my weakest. He knew that he wouldn't have been a match for me otherwise. He was a pathetic fool, and I couldn't wait for the chance to bring him to the ground. He may have won for now, but I would see that I got the last laugh in the end. I didn't get a chance to tell you before, but thank you. I can find out what happened to Maya, and it's only because of you. Don't mention it. She tells me with a sparkle in her eyes. Just think of me like family. Like family? Why would she want a stranger like me to think of her like family? Can I ask you something? She asks with a nervous tone. What is it? I had to end this conversation soon, it was time for me to get back to the palace. And I had to keep this list hidden from Giselle. If she found out what I was trying to do, which wouldn't be that hard judging by the names on this list, she would go crazy on me, which she's already done a few times before. Is there anything from your childhood that may have seemed strange to you? She asks. Did you have an amulet on you or anything similar to what's on my neck? I study the amulet that she's pointing at. It is a unique piece, but I don't understand why she would expect me to have one like that. I'm sorry, I answer her. While it is beautiful, I've never seen anything like it before. I would remember seeing something like that. It's hard to miss. Her face turned sad the moment that I told her. I'm guessing that was the wrong answer. I ask her. For some reason, I don't like seeing her sad. She shook her head. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was expecting you to say yes. This amulet means a lot to me, it helped me find my parents. If what she's saying is true, why would she expect me to have anything like that? While I'll love to stay and chat, I have a few pressing matters to get back to. If I don't get back in time, I'm afraid I'll be in some serious trouble. Trouble? She asks, alarmed. What kind of trouble are you in? Do you need any help from my husband and me? My eyes snap to her husband at the mention of him. I assume that's her husband because he's staring at us. He doesn't seem to trust me the way that his wife does. He seems suspicious of me. I couldn't blame him after everything I'd done. I can only assume the trouble I've gotten her into when she tried to help me. She went against her friends to do so. I didn't want to add to her troubles. I'll be fine. I think I can help myself. You've done enough already. I tell her as I turn to leave. I'll always remember what you did for me. If you ever need me, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'll help you in whatever way I can. Maya, I'm biting on my nails while my legs shake with fear. Kane still hadn't returned, and I was close to biting my hands off. I thought he would at least try to make it back before Giselle woke up, but from the looks of it, I was wrong. Time was running out, and he was nowhere in sight. How could he do this? Does he not realize what she would do to him when she realized he'd left without telling her anything? I can see the horror in my mind. I cover my face with my hands and try to remain calm. If Giselle woke up and saw me panicking like this, she would read straight through me. That would only make things worse for Kane. I didn't want that. I didn't want to see him in trouble, especially knowing that he had helped me earlier today. I walk over to the window and look out of it. It was a few hours ago that I jumped out of here and straight into Kane's arms. I still remember how wonderful it felt to be held by him. He was warm and big, I felt safe in his arms. I want to scream at how stupid I was being right now. Why can't I stop thinking or worrying about him? He didn't want my help. He made it very clear to me already. If he didn't want me to worry about him, then why couldn't I stop? My body goes stiff when Giselle opens her eyes. I've been checking out the window constantly, Kane had not returned yet. I'm terrified of what would happen when Giselle realizes that he's been gone for the entire day. I walk over to her and try to act as unbothered as I could possibly be. I didn't want her to pick up on my fear. If she did, she would know that something was wrong. Oh, why did Kane have to leave at a time like this? Why hasn't he returned yet? Was he possibly hurt while out? There were so many questions racing through my mind, and it was hard to act like I wasn't worried about his whereabouts when my heart was racing whenever I thought about him. What time is it? She asks as she stares out her window at the darkness. How long have I been sleeping for? It's been a few hours, I inform her. Do you need me to get anything for you to eat or drink? I had a doctor check on you earlier. Actually, Kane was the one to get the doctor to look after you. Her eyes widen at my words. Kane got a doctor to look after me. She asks in disbelief. I should get sick more often if it means that he will be so thoughtful and caring. I force a smile on my face. It's true. He cares for you deeply. You're fortunate, Miss Giselle. He was very concerned about your health when he saw that you weren't waking up. But where is he now? She asks as she looks around the room with hopes of finding him. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. I'm just trying to protect Kane after everything he did for me today. I wanted to repay him in whatever ways that I could find. I knew that I had to mention Kane since she would go looking for him. I knew I had to come up with a good reason why he wasn't here looking after her with me. This was the best excuse I could think about. He was the one that brought the doctor, so he's the one that followed the doctor back to the office. He wanted to thank him for coming to your aid on such short notice. I lie. Oh. She whispers. I can't believe that he will do something like that for me. No one has ever willingly done something so sweet for me. Kane continues to prove why I've always had a soft spot for him all these years. If only my father could see how good a person he was. I don't think I've ever seen her this happy before. What would she do if she learned that it was all a lie? How long will it take before Kane shows up? If he's away from us any longer, Giselle will figure out that I was lying to her. Even worse, what if he returns and she mentions what I said? Will he play along with the lie or not? She attempts to get up, and I help her even though it's the last thing I want to do. What else happened while I was asleep? She asks me. Did Kane really look worried about me? I sigh, you can ask him for yourself when you see him. I'm sure he will explain how he felt about the entire thing better than I would. We both stopped talking when we heard footsteps. I held my breath when I saw Kane walking through the door. Why does he always look so good? How can anyone not fall for him when he looks like that? You're finally awake, he says to Giselle without looking at me. I'm disappointed that he didn't even look my way, not even once. His eyes are glued on Giselle, and I can tell she enjoys the attention he gives her. I'm sure that the attention is intentional, he wants to stop her from asking unnecessary questions. My maid tells me something interesting. She finally says to him. His body goes still at her words, and he finally looks my way. He's curious or maybe even worried about what I told her. Did he think that I would sell him out? Is that why he thinks of me? And what did she tell you? He asks hesitantly. She told me that you brought a doctor to look after me earlier today. She answers him. Is that true? Yes, Kane finally answers. You weren't waking up, and I knew you had plenty of things planned for us today. I had my friend, a doctor, make sure that everything was okay. He told me that it's important that you rest for a few days. Giselle shakes her head. I can't rest when we've already lost an entire day together, Kane, we need to make up for the lost time. I have some friends coming over tonight, I didn't realize I'd been sleeping for so long. I want to introduce you to them. They will be happy to know that I've finally gotten the man of my dreams. Do you think that's a good idea? He asks her. I don't want to see anything happen to your health. It was hard being by your side today and seeing you so sick. Please reconsider. Giselle smiles, and it's weird to see her look this happy all at once. Thank you for showing me your caring side. If I had any doubts about our upcoming marriage, they're gone now. You're going to make a wonderful husband and father to our future children. My body runs cold at her words. I can't imagine Kane having children with her. I don't want to imagine something like that. Hearing her say this reminds me of his earlier reaction to finding out that I was pregnant with twins. I know it's crazy to even wish for, but my crazy heart and body wish that he could be my baby's father. I know it's impossible when he doesn't even know who I am, but it's what my heart wants. I notice that Kane once again goes into a shock at the mention of Giselle possibly having his babies in the future. I know now that he's traumatized about something concerning pregnancy. Maybe this has something to do with the woman he was with before entering Giselle's life. Or should I say before Giselle forced herself into his life. There were many things that I still didn't know about Kane's past life. Just like I had no idea about my past. I don't want to think about my history right now, I don't want to be reminded of that sadness. It's hard not knowing who you were in the past. It's hard not knowing if there are people out there looking for you or even missing you. Again, I want to ask Kane about his past life, but I'm not sure it's my place to ask anything. He doesn't seem like someone who wants to open up about his life or the troubles that he's faced. He looks like someone who keeps everything to himself. I'm not sure that there's even anyone to listen to him, however. He's never mentioned his family, I don't know if his parents are alive or not. I've never seen them around here, which is alarming since Giselle and Kane were planning on getting married. If they were getting married, wouldn't both of their families be involved? Not just Giselle's family. However, I could understand why Kane's family would want nothing to do with this family. You have to get dressed, she tells him suddenly. I can't have you looking like that amongst my friends. I've already gathered a few shirts for you, I'm sure that everything will suit you so well. Go to your room, and you'll find it, and don't take too long, or I'll come into your room to help you try on your clothes. She teases him. I cringe at the look she gives him, I'm sure that Kane does as well. I try my best not to look his way again, I'm afraid I will give away too much. I don't trust my reaction to him. We were lucky to get away today. I was sure that Giselle would find out that he'd left today, I didn't think my lie would convince her, but I guess she wanted to believe that he cared for her, and that's the reason why she chose to believe me. She probably thought I didn't have the guts to lie to her either. Little did she know that I hadn't only just lied to her, I was also the reason why she was asleep for the entire day. Who are these friends you've invited over? Kane asks suspiciously. His question helps bring me out of my thoughts. I also wanted to know her answer to his question. Who were these friends that she spoke about? I found it hard to believe that anyone would willingly want to be this woman's friend. Maybe she treated her friends better than she did the people that worked for her, I can't imagine her being nice to anyone. You'll see them soon enough, you don't have to be so impatient, darling. She answers him. I know that you're just as excited as I am to announce our relationship to the world. Every time Giselle said something like this, I felt like puking, I hated having to stand here and listen to this. Now go get dressed, she tells him again. And you're coming with me to help me get dressed, she says as she focuses her attention on me. I nod and turn to follow her as she walks off. I gasp when Kane grabs my hand, stopping me from walking. I look at Giselle walking away and then back to him. What was he doing? She could turn around and see him holding onto my hand any second now. Does he not realize that she would lose her mind for something like this? It didn't help that my hand couldn't stop tingling from his touch. I resisted the urge to close my fingers around his hand, I had to have more control than this. What are you doing? I ask after finding my voice again. Giselle is right there, and she can't see us talking. You know that. My eyes fall on the small movements of his chest, what was he thinking? Thank you. He whispers. My heart skips a beat. Don't do this, I say to my heart. Don't flutter just because he told you thank you. Thank you didn't mean anything special, people said thank you for almost anything. Then why does it sound so beautiful when he says it? It's not like I did anything special. He was the one that helped me first, he even pushed his plans aside to help me. All I did was make up a lie to stop Giselle from finding out what he'd done. It wasn't anything unique, and it didn't deserve his thank you. Still, I was happy to hear those words from his mouth. I was glad to know that I was somehow able to help Kane. Maya, not like that. Giselle screams at me. Can't you do anything right? I'm tired of her asking that question, even if I did everything right, she would find something to complain about. I tied the bow at the back of the dress, she made it clear that she wanted it as tight as the dress could pull. If only I could squeeze the attitude straight out of her. Then life would be better for a lot of people. I had no idea how Giselle's own father could stand her. The answer was simple, he was forced to love her. I'll let everyone know that I'm late to my event since my stupid maid can't seem to do anything right. She continues to insult me. I bite my lip to keep from responding to her. I wish I had more of that potion, it was better when she was in a deep sleep. I didn't have to hear her annoying voice all the time. Why aren't you getting my shoes ready? She demands as she points at her barefoot. I don't know, maybe it's because I was tending to your other wishes this entire time? I bite my lip harder to keep from telling her this. I grab her shoes a few feet away from us and shove them near her feet. Can't she do anything on her own? I breathe a sigh of relief when she shoves me out of the room. It wasn't like I would get a break, I had to help welcome some of her guests and inform them that she would be with them in a few minutes. I don't get far when she calls me back to her room. I inwardly groaned, I was so close to getting far away from her, even though it would have only been for a few minutes. I'll welcome my friends, she tells me. Instead, I want you to find Kane and bring him to meet everyone. He was supposed to meet me here 15 minutes ago. I don't know what's taking him so long. Find him and bring him to me. My heart skips a beat at the thought of getting to be near Kane again. I don't complain and quickly start searching for him. The first place that I check is his room, but he's nowhere to be found. I continue my search throughout the house, but there is no luck. It's then that I remember where he could be. I make my way out into the garden, remembering that one spot I found him in before. I don't stop until I get there, and to my surprise, he really is there. He acknowledges my presence and turns to face me. His hands are in his pocket. What are you doing here? He asks me. Shouldn't you be inside with Giselle? I find it hard to believe that she let you out of her sight. Where did you go? I ask him. I can't get it out of my head. I tried to cover for you, and it worked, but I was terrified of what would happen if Giselle found out you'd left without a good excuse. He leans his back against the tree and sighs, why were you worried over it? You wouldn't have been the one to get in trouble. Are you purposely ignoring my question? I ask him suspiciously. He looks away from me and gazes up at the sky. I don't know if to feel relieved or sad that he's no longer looking at me. I know he doesn't have to tell me the truth, but I'm hoping that he considers me enough to try to explain what happened while he was gone. I've wanted to ask him this since he returned but couldn't because Giselle was always there. I was surprised she even sent me to look for him and didn't come searching for him on her own. She was probably too caught up with showing off to her friends to be concerned about me being alone with Kane. He finally turns back to me, and I'm hit by his piercing gaze that leaves me speechless. Why does it feel like I should know those eyes? Why does it feel like those eyes have haunted me in the past? Even if they weren't a part of my past life, I know for a fact that they haunt me now. I know that I won't be able to stop thinking about him or his gorgeous eyes, no matter how hard I try to. And what question is that? He asks innocently. As far as I know, you haven't asked me anything that needs to be answered. I narrow my eyes, it's not my place to ask, but I still want to know. Why did you leave? What has your attention other than the woman you're marrying? His jaw clenches, and I know I've crossed a line, you're right. It's not your place to ask me any questions. Why are you even out here? Shouldn't you be tending to Giselle? Shouldn't you be doing your job? I cross my arms, and shouldn't you also be in there with her? She invited friends over so that she could introduce you to them. How can she introduce them if you're out here by yourself? A muscle ticks in his jaw as he glares at me. I don't think he's ever been this angry before with me. But I barely spent any time with him. That's probably why this is only the first time he's mad about something I've said. Thinking about it now, it isn't the first time he's been pissed at me. He hates it when I call him by his name. Kane, I say, and his eyes narrow to a dangerous level. I was right. He does hate it when I call him by his name. Am I somehow not good enough to even say your name? I demand. Just because I'm some low maid that works for the woman you're planning on marrying, it's a problem if I say your name. I ask with disgust. He remains quiet. Once more, he turns away from me. It's almost like he's dismissed me without saying anything at all. It upsets me so much. I'm usually hanging on to every moment with Kane, measuring every second I get to be alone with him. This time is no different, except for the fact that he's driving me up a wall. Answer me! I shout. I know I'm being ridiculous right now, but it feels natural arguing with him, almost like I'm used to it. I don't think I've ever felt this alive before, at least not since I've woken up with zero memories of my past. I walk up to him with the attention of demanding answers. I'm not prepared for when he grabs me by my waist and pulls my body tight against his. The darkness in his eyes calls out to me, and even though I want to touch him, I don't. I hate when you say my name because you sound just like her. He whispers so softly that I'm not sure if I even heard him correctly. Just like her? Who's he referring to? My mind was racing as I tried to make sense of his words. Was he referring to the woman he was with before he decided to marry Giselle? Is she the reason why he's always looking like this? How much did he care about her? Did he love her? There were so many questions on my mind. I needed the answers, and I had to get them now. I felt like I would go insane if he didn't tell me who she was. Who is she? I whisper. I can't even recognize my voice. I'm scared, actually scared, to find out that this was the woman he loved. I'm not sure how I would react to this, knowing that there was a woman out there that Kane loved this much. A woman that left him in a state of depression. He doesn't have to tell me. I can see the answer in his eyes alone. But I still want to hear it. I won't believe it until he opened his mouth and told me. I wait for his answer, but it never comes. Who is she? I ask again. How can you say something like that without explaining yourself? I want to know who she is. I want to know who this woman is that you can't seem to forget. Even though you're marrying someone else, I want to finish with those words but stop myself. I don't want to upset him further. If I do, I may lose the chance to find out more about his past, and finding out his past is something I've been dying to do. I want to know everything about Kane, everything that he doesn't even wish to tell anyone else. I want to be the woman he trusts enough to open up to. I don't know why this is so important to me. I don't understand why I'm so willing to let him confide in me even though I know it will break my heart to hear him talk about another woman. But this isn't about me. This is about Kane and the things he's had to go through in his past. I couldn't remember mine, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Maybe my past was terrible, maybe there were things I'd want to forget, perhaps not remembering was good for me. I can see that Kane's past was still haunting him today. It was the reason why he didn't want to go through with this wedding, why he was so depressed over it. And now I knew that a woman was the reason behind it. There was a woman in Kane's heart, a woman that he cared about and still does. Who she is isn't any of your business. He snaps suddenly. Our faces are inches apart, and neither of us is shouting, we're somehow arguing but not in a loud tone. It is my business. I disagree. If I sound just like her, don't you think I will want to know more about her? Do I also look like her? Are there any other similarities between us? You know that I've lost my memory, maybe there is some connection between the two of us. Maybe that can explain why I feel so safe around you. I trust you more than anything else, even though my mind tells me I shouldn't. I'm not even sure of the point I'm trying to make, I'm just trying hard to make him tell me everything that bothered him. Kane and I were 2 worlds apart, and maybe that's why I want to hear the stories of his past, it would help me seem closer to him. Closer than where we are now. I know that it wasn't any of my business like he just said, but that doesn't mean he couldn't talk to me about it. Talking made things better, as long as you spoke to someone that genuinely wanted to help you. Kane runs his hand through his hair and mumbles a few curse words. I know that I'm pressing his buttons, it's something I'm becoming good at doing. I'm not proud of it, but I wasn't going to give up either. One way or another, I'll get Kane talking about the woman from his past. The woman that prevented him from moving on. The woman that made him look like his entire life was over. The girl in my heart and mind is not someone I will ever speak about with anyone that doesn't deserve to hear her story. She's too special for that. Her name alone is more important to me than anything else. You wanted to know why I hate it when you say my name, and I've answered your question. I can't answer anything more than that. He tells me. Listening to you say my name is torture for me, so please, just stop it. I don't want to hear my name on your lips. His words are sharp and brutal, and they cut through me like a sharp blade. He did try to tell me to back off nicely, I was the one that pushed him to say something this awful to me. But I don't regret pushing him at all. I was still determined to find out more about this woman. She meant something to him, and because of this, she meant something to me as well. Anyone that was important to this man was important to me. I didn't plan on ever telling him this, but I meant it. The fact that he wouldn't tell me the truth shows me that he thinks I don't deserve to listen to her story. He believes that I'm not worthy of knowing this woman's name. How would it feel to be loved this much by someone? To have someone treasure my name alone? I wouldn't know. I didn't even know my own name. I thought that my memories would slowly return to me, but that wasn't happening. I don't think they ever will return to me. I'll spend the rest of my life not remembering who I was. If you don't want to talk about her, I whisper. Can you answer me one thing? Why are you marrying Giselle if there is a woman that holds the key to your heart? Don't you think it's unfair to the 3 of you to continue with this wedding? Do you think I want this marriage to happen? He demands. There are many things that you do not know. Many things that you don't know about me or my past or the people that I love. And it should stay that way. I need you to stay out of my business, do you understand me? We aren't friends. We share no relationship whatsoever. I helped you once, and I'm not going to do it again. I felt guilty because I let someone down already. I thought that helping you would help with the pain of letting her down, but it only made me feel worse. You wanted to know why I helped a stranger. This is your answer to that question. You can stop thinking that I owe you any answers. We aren't that close, and we never will be. I didn't think that words could pierce a heart that quickly, but I was learning that there were many ways to hurt someone. And this was hurting me a lot. We aren't that close and never will be. Those words may haunt me forever. I was only trying to help him. I hoped that if he told me what was bothering him, I would be able to help him. Trying to help him only made things worse for both of us. He seems to hate me more than ever, and my heart is more than broken from his behavior towards me. I'll return to the party, I tell him as I step away from him. It's hard for me to do it, but he's leaving me no choice. He doesn't want me here. It's clear that you don't want me here. I won't stay where I'm not wanted. All I wanted to do was to help you as you helped me. I wanted to hear your story. You remember everything from your past while I remember nothing. I don't know who my children's father is, and I don't know my name. I don't know my family. I don't know anything. I don't know if people are looking for me, and I don't know if someone did this to me or if losing my memory was an accident. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You don't want to hear it. I'm just trying to say that while I don't remember anything about my life, you remember everything about yours. And whatever it is that you remember, I can tell that it's hurting you. I'm sorry if I overstepped my boundaries. As I said, I only wanted to help. Kane doesn't say anything. He isn't looking at me, so I can't tell if my words have affected him. I'm not the woman that he wants to speak to. And I may never be that woman. I was stupid for thinking that I could be that woman for him. I was only a maid. And I kept forgetting that he was getting married to the woman I worked for. You should get inside soon, I tell him. I know you don't like me looking after you, but Giselle is already looking for you. She won't be happy to find you here when she wants to show you off to all her friends. While I realize that it is hard for you, and since I know you're being forced into this marriage, you can't run from it. I know that this means she has something on you. Whatever it is, she will use it if you disappoint her tonight. So please, for your own sake, get inside. I don't wait for him to say anything, I don't expect him to. The moment I walk into the dining room, now filled with strangers, Giselle walks over to me with a frustrated look. Where is he? She whispers, trying her best to act unbothered around her friends. They're all looking our way, and I'm not sure she's doing an excellent job at hiding how frustrated she is by me. I'm sure that she's about to get even angrier when I tell her that Kane didn't return with me. Giselle didn't like when things didn't go exactly how she wanted them to go. I couldn't find him. I lie. I don't want to tell her where he is. He doesn't look like he wants to be disturbed. Even though Kane wasn't exactly nice to me, I know that he wasn't deliberately trying to hurt me. I also know that I don't want to hurt him either. I want to protect him. I want to defend his already bruised heart. I don't care what happens to me in the process. I will continue to protect him because I think that Kane has a good heart. Something also tells me that he isn't used to people taking care of him. I know he doesn't want me to, but I don't think I'll ever stop trying to care for him. Her eyes narrow. You continue to make my life miserable. She snaps at me. How can you not find him? Is he invisible? There are only a number of places he can be. Where did you search, girl? I find it hard to believe that you're not only stupid but blind also. I open my mouth to say something when I feel his presence behind me. I'm not sure if I'm imagining it, he didn't look like he would listen to me. I'm right here, Giselle. His voice confirms it for me. I don't turn around to look at him. There were too many people in the room, and I didn't want them to realize how much I adored Kane. I didn't want to give Giselle any more reasons to hate my guts. I walk over to a corner of the room and ignore the stares sent my way. I'm not sure if these people pity me or if they hate me just as much as Giselle does. Maybe she's told her friends horrible stories about me. It's something that I totally expect from her. She loved to say awful things about me. I watch as Kane takes a seat next to Giselle. There are surprised looks all around the room as she introduces Kane as her to-be husband. I think that no one expected Giselle to get married to someone as handsome as Kane. The women are all lost in him, and I don't blame any of them. He had that aura about him. I would think that there was something wrong with the women in here if they didn't react the way that they're doing now. Giselle is happy with their reactions. I know that this is the reaction she was hoping for from them. They are asking hundreds of questions. They want to find out why Kane agreed to marry Giselle, though they don't dare to ask a direct question like that. Instead, they ask what made him fall in love with her. I can see how uncomfortable Kane is. It's hard for me to watch this exchange. Not just because I want Kane for myself, it's because I know he loves someone else. I don't want him to be unhappy. I hate seeing him like this. How hard must this be for him? He's in love with one woman, and he's being forced to marry another. I still don't know what Giselle has on him. What was she using against him to make him agree to marry her when he didn't love her? What did she do to him? If she really loved him, she wouldn't force him to marry her. She would let him choose on her own. She would let him be with the woman that he actually loved. I wish that Giselle could see what she was doing to him. I wish she could see that she was making him hate her instead of love her. What are you staring at? Someone asks me. I jump at the interruption. I'm terrified that whoever it was saw me looking at Kane. I tried not to get caught, but I still ended up messing up. It's hard to ignore Kane when he's the center of attention wherever he goes. The man standing in front of me blocks my view of Kane. He was the one that asked the question. He has dark green eyes and reddish-brown hair. I've never seen him around before. I don't know why he's speaking to me when I'm Giselle's maid. I don't think he realizes that his actions will most definitely anger Giselle. The last thing she will want tonight is for me to get any sort of attention from her friends. Giselle, I lie. Doesn't she look beautiful tonight? Kane is lucky to be marrying a woman like her. The guy looks at me in disbelief. Even he doesn't believe that Kane is the lucky one for marrying someone like Giselle. I can think of someone more beautiful than Giselle. He says. She's sitting in front of me. I take a look around me, and there is no one else here that he can be talking about. I don't think that you should be seen speaking to me, I tell him. Giselle doesn't like it when her maids speak to anyone other than her. I'm sure that she can make an exception tonight. He tells me as he takes a seat next to me. Besides, it seems to me like she's too busy to realize that her maid is talking to one of her guests. Don't you think? I follow his gaze and almost choke from what I see. Kane is looking directly at us, and there is a look on his face that I've never seen before. His hands are gripping tightly on the glass in front of him, and it looks like he's about to break the poor thing. I don't think I've ever seen him like this before. He looks like he's about to explode with anger. What could have possibly made him this angry? Did Giselle say something to him that pissed him off? I can see that happening, and I would have believed it if he wasn't glaring at the man next to me. Did he not like him? I'm sorry, I whisper. I really can't be seen talking to you. I don't wait for him to say anything as I storm out of the room. I can't get Kane's reaction out of my head. What caused him to behave that way? I let out a sigh of frustration as I rush back into the garden. I had to get out of there. Too much was happening all at once. It was driving me insane. I knew you wanted me. I freeze. It's the voice of the man from earlier. Did he follow me out here? I spin around to face him with a perplexed look. Why are you following me? I demand. I want to be alone. You're a low maid. He says, you can't decide when to be alone. That's for people like me to decide. Excuse me. I snap. What is your problem? Do you not understand words? I said I would like to be alone, and I don't care what are your thoughts on what a maid should or should not be allowed to do. Finally, he says. We are finally alone. I've been staring at you since you stepped into the room. He walks closer to me and grabs my arm. What are you doing? I demand. How dare you touch me? I saw the way you were looking at me from across the room. He says. You don't need to act hard to get. I prefer a woman who tells me what she wants. I already told you, I shout. I want to be alone. I don't know what you think you saw, but it definitely wasn't what you think it was. I was not staring at you. I have no reason to stare at you. Come on, he says as he leans closer to me. You want me? Say it. I'm about to knee him in the crotch when someone pulls him off me. I covered my mouth in horror as Kane's sharp claws dug into the man's neck. She said to leave her alone. Kane roars. The man's screams echoed throughout the quiet night. How did he even find me? Was he searching for me this entire time? He must have seen him follow me out into the garden and came to make sure that I was safe. He told me that he wouldn't help me again, but yet here he is once more, acting like my knight in shining armor. Why does he always do this? Why does he make my heart flutter? I try my best to hate him, to not think about him, to see him as a horrible person. Then he does things like this that remind me that he's good. He's a good person who's had a shitty past. He's someone who's been through a lot and doesn't have anyone to talk to. Or maybe he doesn't like talking to anyone about his problems. I'm not sure which it is, but either way, I know he's been through a lot. Kane doesn't realize that every action of his, every act of kindness, makes my heart beat for him. He needs to stop protecting me, he needs to stop being like this towards me if he wants me to stay away from him. I won't be able to grant his wishes if he continues like this. I watch as he rips the man's body apart like it was nothing to him. I should be terrified, but I'm not. I'm happy that he's doing this. This man was planning to hurt me, to hurt my babies. He deserves this, he deserves to die. Why does even this feel familiar to me? Seeing Cain kill someone, it doesn't feel like the first time that I've seen this. Which is crazy, I would remember seeing him kill someone. How does everything he does seem so effortless? I've always known that Cain was strong, but I'm getting a front row seat this time, I can see it all. He's stronger than I initially thought he was. This guy was nothing compared to him. His strength was out of this world, making me fall for him ever more. Why do I let myself go through this? Why do I let myself fall? Within minutes, the man's body falls to the ground, completely lifeless. Cain hurries to clean up the mess before anyone can see, and I try to help him as much as I can. He finally turns to stare at me after he's done. There is blood everywhere, on his face, hair, and clothes. He's soaked in blood, and I hate it. I don't want anything on his body that shouldn't be there. Again, he's only like this because he was trying to protect me. He told me that I was nothing to him, that he felt bad, and it's the only reason why he helped me before. What was his reason for helping me today? I reach for my dress and rip a piece of it off my body. Cain doesn't say anything as I walk over to him. He's completely still when I raise my hand and wipe the blood off his face with the cloth. His body shudders from my touch, but he doesn't stop me. It shocks me that he's letting me touch him like this. I expected him to push me away from him. Maybe he's just in so much shock from what just happened. I don't care what the reason is. I'll continue to take advantage of this opportunity. He isn't someone that would easily let another woman touch him unless it was the woman that was close to his heart. I don't think she knows how lucky she is to have his love. Wherever she is, I wonder if she knows that he loves her this much, that she's all he can think about. Does she know how many women will die for this kind of love? It feels wonderful touching him. It's exactly what I thought it would feel like, magical and beautiful. We can't return to the party like this, I tell him. We need to find somewhere to wash the blood off before Giselle realizes we're gone. Getting to a bathroom is too risky. We need to find a river close by, somewhere that no one will find us. But wouldn't Giselle realize that we're both missing from the party? I doubt she will even notice that we're missing. He tells me. Why do you say that? Did he not know Giselle at all? The girl practically stalked him. She always wanted to know his whereabouts and what he was up to. I can't say that I'm any different than her when it comes to wondering about where he's been, but she tries to stop him, unlike me. She's drunk. He tells me. She had too many drinks. She's not going to remember anything from tonight. You don't have to worry about that happening. I sigh with relief, but we still can't leave you looking like this. We need to fix it. Get back inside, he tells me. I can get rid of this myself. Again, he wants to push me away after helping me. Does he not realize how much I want to help him? How is he the only one allowed to do good deeds? Why can't I help him as he helps me? Why can't he accept that there is someone that wants what's best for him? Maya, I don't care what you say, I tell him. I'm going to stay and help you today. I'm not taking no for an answer. I meant every single word I just spoke. I was tired of him pushing me away when all I wanted to do was help. He runs a hand through his hair and sighs. Before I have a chance to react, he grabs me by my waist and pulls me against him. Hold on to me, he whispers. I wrap my arms around his neck, and before I know it, we're moving at an incredible pace. I can never get over how good it feels to be like this in his arms, especially with the wind blowing against my hair. I wish I could stay like this. I don't want to have to let go, but soon enough, I do. We stop by a river, and Kane slowly lets go off me. It's not like I can beg him to keep holding onto me. If I did, he would put more distance between us. I had to act like this did nothing to my weak heart, even though my red cheeks may be enough to tell him that I wasn't unaffected by being so close to him. I rip another part of my dress and move towards him. I can do this myself, he tells me. I shake my head in disagreement. I came with you with intentions of helping, not watching while you do it yourself. I told you that I'm not taking no for an answer. He looks on edge when I get closer to him, but he doesn't try and stop me again. I don't know why my presence bothers him so much, but I wish he could learn to relax when I'm near him. Maybe it's because of my voice, maybe it bothers him that I sound like the girl from his past. There is still blood on his face, and it's the first place that I start to rub the cloth on. Just like before, Kane remains perfectly still while I remove the blood from his face. My hand accidentally touches his lips, and we pause from the contact. I should move my fingers, but it's hard when I desperately want this. I take a deep breath while Kane stays still like a statue so that I can gently wipe the blood from his lips. I notice that his body shudders for a second, but he quickly tries to hide his reaction from me. He wasn't fast enough, I was sure of what I saw and felt. Why did he have such a reaction? What was he thinking right now? I was desperate to find out, but I'm sure that he would never tell me. He will never want me to know what he thinks of me. Maybe that's for the best because I doubt that he likes me. Though, it is strange that he always comes to my rescue. But the way I see it, he's such a good person who will rescue anyone he realizes is in danger. That's just the type of person that he was. I don't think that even Kane realizes that he's such a good person. He tries to pretend that he's terrible, but I can see straight through his pretense. He cares for people even though he doesn't want to. I think that he's easily mistaken by others as well. I've never actually seen him interact with many people other than Giselle, but I can see it in him. I'm glad that I can see straight through him, it made me feel closer to him, and that's all I want. I want to know him better than anyone else ever did, maybe even more than the woman from his past knew him. That can only happen if he allows me to get closer to him. I dip the cloth into the water and move closer to him as I continue to wipe the blood off his face. I'm surprised that he's letting me do this for him. He always tries his best to keep a great distance between us. Maybe he's trying to be nice since I almost had a terrible experience earlier. I'm not sure what his reason is, but I'm happy that he's at least letting me do this for him. I don't want to overstep, however. I'm not sure where I should stop. There was blood all over his body, and so far, things were already tense between us. Cain didn't look like someone who was used to having someone take care of him like this. He doesn't seem like he knows how to react. That makes me feel sad. What kind of life did he have? Why did no one care for him? Did he have a difficult life? Who were his parents? And what happened to the woman that he couldn't forget? What happened to her that caused him to agree to marry Giselle? He had already confessed that he didn't want to marry her. I had my doubts before, but it was finally confirmed. He didn't want to marry her. Just like I had suspected since the beginning. I let my hands travel down his neck and gently rub the cloth there. I move closer to him to get a better look. I want to make sure that I get everything off his body. You don't have to do this, he says in a hoarse whisper. My body shivers at the tone of his voice. It's unfair that just a few words from this man make my body react this much. He doesn't realize how much I want to do this for him. He thinks that he's burdening me, but he isn't. I want this. Stop saying that. I scold him. You are hurt because of me. You keep putting your life at risk to save mine. You don't know anything about me, yet you continue to protect me. Then why don't you let me do the same for you, Cain? It's unfair that you keep trying to help me, but anytime I try to do the same, you push me away. Do you know what it means to have a friend? Do you have any? What is so wrong if I try and help you? I'm only returning the favor. I don't see anything wrong with that. So please, stay back and let me do what I must. You are hurt, and I want to at least get all this blood off your body. I hate seeing you like this. I hate seeing you hurt. Cain, I can't let her continue to touch me like this. My crazy heart likes it too much when it shouldn't. She's making me feel things that I promised myself that I never would until I found Maya. I don't know what's happening to me. Why do I act like this girl is my mate? I didn't only kill that man from earlier because of what he did, I also killed him because I wanted to from the moment I saw him trying to flirt with her. My reaction to her was driving me crazy. When would I stop this? What did I have to do to stop feeling this way for her? Every time I tried to push her away, something like this happened, pushing me closer to her than ever. I didn't want to snap at her, not after what almost happened to her tonight. I imagine Maya in front of me, and I see the look of disappointment on her face. She's disappointed in me for being so weak and once again letting her down. I couldn't even control my urges around another woman. I never knew that I was this soft. How could I do this to my mate? I grab the girl's hand before she can go any further. Stop. But I'm not finished. She complains. There is still so much blood and I don't need you to do this for me, I tell her. I can simply wash myself in the river. Give me a few minutes, and then we will return home. She doesn't hide her disappointment from me as she slowly steps away. Why does it bother me so much that my words have hurt her? Ah! I will completely lose it if I spend any more time alone with this woman. Maya, there are two things I'm very aware of after the events of last night. 1. Cain was one of the most caring men I've ever known, even though I can't remember anything from the past, I already know it's true. And 2. My heart feels like it somehow belongs to him. Like it has always belonged to him. I don't know why I feel this way. All I know is that I do. I like Cain. It may even be more than that. I know it's too soon to say things like this, but I can't control myself. Not while being around him. There is something about him. I can't wrap my finger around it, but there is something that draws me in. How pathetic could my life be? Why must I fall for a man that I couldn't have? He was getting married soon, for crying out loud. Did my heart not understand that the man was off limits? What else needed to happen for my body to understand that I couldn't like someone like him? Even if he wasn't marrying Giselle, he was already completely out of my league. Not to mention that he wouldn't even look my way. The funny thing about this entire situation was that Cain wasn't interested in either of us. His heart seemed to be set on the woman he wouldn't even speak about. Because according to him, she's too special to talk about with me or, as he said, with people who aren't worthy of knowing about her. I try to snap out of thinking about him and the woman he loves. I was standing in front of Giselle's room. She had called for me. "Get in here, girl!" she shouts. What was her problem? She seemed extra cranky today, and I had no idea why. There was also something strange going on in the palace. There were a lot of decorations being brought in. Was there about to be another party soon? Giselle hadn't told me anything, and I don't think Cain knows about it either, judging by the frown on his face. This must be a surprise. Was it his birthday or something? I would assume that Giselle knew his birthday since she seemed obsessed over anything concerning him. Is your father hosting an event tonight? Cain asks. I can tell that even he has been curious about the decorations and her actions since this morning. She claps her hand in excitement. What do you mean? She asks. How can you not know what's happening right now? I spoke to you about this yesterday, Cain. You even agreed to it. How can you forget your engagement party? What? Engagement party? Cain's head snaps up at her words. What are you talking about? I wince at his tone. I can tell that she's managed to surprise him. I know that he wouldn't have spoken that way to her otherwise. He was trying too hard to please her to make a mistake like that. She had managed to push him past his breaking point today. But who wouldn't react this way after what she just told him? No one knew about this, not even the man she was getting engaged to. Is that any way to speak to your wife, Cain? She demands. You aren't my wife, he growls. His words are not helping the situation, they're both making each other angrier. Yet. She snaps. Why are you so angry? You knew that the engagement party had to happen eventually. I've never kept this from you. I thought we spoke about this before. He asks her. Didn't we agree to get to know more about each other before anything happens? Wasn't that what we both decided on? Why are you changing your mind like this and without telling me? I did tell you. She shouts before lowering her voice to say, I did not change my mind. This is the engagement party, it isn't the actual wedding. If you keep making a fuss about this, I can easily change this from an engagement party into a wedding ceremony. So tell me, Cain, do you want to change this into a wedding instead of an engagement? A muscle ticks in his jaw at her question. I didn't have to wait for him to answer that question to know his response. He knew that he had messed up big time by challenging her. Giselle wasn't someone that took lightly anyone disrespecting her. Kane sighs and pulls her against him. My heart drops when he does this. I know that he's forcing himself to calm her down, but it's still not easy for me to see. I try to fight the pain in my chest. I can't let myself do this. I'm sorry, he apologizes. Let's prepare for the engagement. I'm standing next to Giselle. I watch the people she hired dress her up from head to toe. She's wearing an aqua blue dress with little gems attached to the already glittery cloth. She looked beautiful, but who wouldn't with the number of people tending to her? She's shouting at them, just like she continuously shouts at me. She wants everything to be perfect for tonight. If she's like this for the engagement, I don't want to be there for the wedding. She's going to make everyone's life miserable on that day. The only reason anyone agrees to work for her is that her father pays them. I'm positive he has to pay extra to get them even to agree to work for her. She didn't have any respect while speaking to anyone. It was embarrassing and foolish of her to talk to others that way. At least having others tend to her meant that she didn't bother to harass me. It also meant that I had enough time to think about everything today. Kane was getting engaged to her. Nothing was going to change that. After today, they will officially be engaged to each other. My body is not reacting well to this news. I felt sick to my stomach, and I don't think it has anything to do with my pregnancy. Though, the pregnancy was not helping my situation. I kept having to run off to the washroom. Eventually, Giselle will notice and scold me about it, I'm sure. I just had to hope that the party kept her busy enough so that she didn't see what I was up to. While she was busy arguing over her makeup, I chose that time to slip away slowly. I couldn't be in there with her any longer. I had to take a moment to catch my breath. I needed to understand what was wrong with my silly heart. Why was I reacting this way to Kane getting engaged to her? Why did it hurt so much? Why do I feel this way for him but no one else? Was I falling for him because he was always kind to me? Could that be the reason why? Or was it more than that? Those questions snap out of my head when I see the man living in my mind since the first day I saw him walking toward me. He's dressed in an all-black suit, and he looks as dashing as ever. I can't stop looking at him. This man was made to be admired by onlookers, including me. I wasn't the only one staring. Anyone that spotted him couldn't look away. I don't blame them, but if Giselle saw this, she might throw us all out of the party in fear that we would try to steal Kane from her. He had a lot on his mind, but it wasn't new to me. Kane always looked like he was in another world, like someone had his full attention. It had to be the woman he spoke about. She seemed like all he ever thought about. I don't know where she is, but I know that Kane can't wait to get back to her. I still want to find out more, but I think he will never tell me more about this woman. He turns and catches me staring at him. I feel my cheeks turn red at being caught red-handed like this. I don't look away, however, and he doesn't look away either. It's the first time that Giselle hasn't given me a hideous dress to wear. It's a pretty long royal blue dress with a slit to the side. I'm not sure if Kane likes it, but he doesn't hide that he's looking at me. I feel my body tremble as his eyes travel down the dress. I want to ask him what he thinks of it but keep that question to myself. I couldn't do it. He made it clear that we weren't that close, and he was getting engaged today. Not to mention he was crazy about an unnamed woman. Kane's life was messed up the more I learned about it. Maybe that's why he keeps it to himself. He straightens his tie and walks down the stairs without saying anything to me. He acts like he didn't save my life a few days ago. Kane should win an award for acting like he didn't care. He was very good at that. No one would ever think that we spoke unless someone tried to harm me in front of him. It's the only time anyone would think that Kane and I had any communication between us. I follow him down the stairs, but I don't try to speak to him. Instead, I sit in the back row and wait for Giselle to show up. She might rip out my head for attending this party as though I belonged here, but I'm hoping that she doesn't realize that I was here. A few minutes later, she's making a grand entrance, and there is a loud round of applause in her honor. I'm willing to bet that her father paid for such an entrance. I don't think anyone here actually likes her. They all make their positions on the stage, and I hate seeing them stand next to each other. Kane didn't belong there, he didn't. Seeing Kane engaged to Giselle was a difficult sight to see. It wasn't only that I didn't want to see him with another woman, it was seeing how much this engagement destroyed him. This was the most unhappy I've seen him since the first time I've met him. To say Kane was unhappy would even be an understatement. They exchange rings, and there is another round of applause. They're holding hands now, and I feel like I need to throw up again. People are congratulating them together, but Kane isn't paying attention to anything happening around him. I want to comfort him, like I always want to do. But all I can do is sit and stare with a broken heart. I wanted to see him happy, I wanted to know what it was like to see Kane smile. He deserved so much happiness. It's unfair that he's being forced to marry her. I wish he would talk to me. I wanted him to tell me what she had on him. Maybe if I knew, we could help each other again. I can help free him from her, and he can help free me from her also. But it would never be that easy. We were trapped here for a long time unless someone with power tried to help us. It's been hours since they've exchanged rings, and I feel like I'm losing everything with each second that I stand back and watch everything unfold before my eyes. Everything is loud. The party. The people in it. The music. The cries within me. Everything. I'm hurting because I saw a man I barely knew get engaged to the woman I worked for. Why? Why did I let it bother me so much? I should be okay. I should be happy for Kane. But how can I be happy when I knew that he was anything but happy? And even if he was happy, would I be happy for him then? I feel a tear roll down my cheek, and I wipe my cheek with shaking hands. Why am I crying over this? I wish I had the answers to my own questions. Giselle is on the dance floor, she's the happiest out of everyone in the room. She's managed to get engaged to the man she's always wanted. He is even closer to being hers than he ever was before. Even if Kane were to marry Giselle, would he ever really be hers? How can a man belong to a woman if his heart is already held onto another? Giselle may think that she's winning now, but when she realizes that he couldn't give his heart to her, she will feel lonely. I wouldn't want to be her. While it would be nice to have someone like Kane as your husband, it would mean nothing if he didn't love you back. I don't think she cares about that, however, thinking about it, whether Kane loved her or not would not matter to her. All she wants is to know that he's her husband. She wants to brag about it to the world. She wants to show off to her friends. She wants everyone to know that she gets everything that she wants. I search the crowds for Kane. He isn't by her side. They're now engaged, but he is nowhere near her. Another indication that they didn't love each other. When I finally spot him, he's by the bar sipping on some drinks. I think that he's trying to drown his sorrow in alcohol. He wants to forget that he's engaged to Giselle. Again, I'm hit with this intense need to make it better for him. Even though I want to, I stop myself from moving forward. The last thing he will want is me next to him right now. He made it clear to me that we weren't that close. We needed to keep a clear distance from each other. Giselle runs to his side and pulls him towards the dance floor with her. I knew she would have eventually done something like that. Everyone was noticing that Kane didn't want to be near her, and she had to prove to them all that he did, in fact, want to marry her. Image was everything to someone like Giselle. She wouldn't let Kane out of her sight until she proved that he was in love with her, even though everyone thought that he wasn't. My heart aches, actually ache, when his hand touches her waist, and they begin to sway to a love song. Giselle may not be able to see it, but I can see the pain on his face. It hurts him to be close to her. He doesn't like it. I think he even hates it. I feel sorry for him. I feel sad that he's being forced into this marriage. Kane doesn't deserve this. He deserves to be happy. I wish that there was a way that I could be that happiness for him. I take a deep breath. I need to stop thinking of ways to fix him. I need to start thinking about my babies. I had to find a way to get away from Giselle. Or maybe, I needed to find a way to get her to fire me without harming me. I had to do something quickly. I couldn't stand the sight of seeing the two of them together. And it's something I won't ever be able to get away from as long as I stay in this palace. I turn away from both of them. Maybe if I didn't have to look at them dancing, I would be able to think about anything else. I push my way out of the crowd. I was heading to the gardens. Maybe I'm heading there because I know deep down that there is a chance that Kane would soon come here as well. It's the one place he goes to clear his head. The one place that Giselle doesn't look for him. Maybe she doesn't think he will ever spend his time here. It's crazy since gardens are Giselle's favorite places, yet she never looks there for him. Shouldn't you be inside? My body goes stiff at the voice. I spun around on my heels to see that it was indeed Kane in front of me. He was drunk, I could tell by how his body swayed slightly as he walked toward me. Shouldn't I be asking you the same thing? I answer his question with one of my own. You look beautiful tonight. He compliments me. You always do. I'm taken aback by his words. He's never complimented me before. And to call me beautiful? To say that I always look beautiful. It must be the alcohol speaking. Thank you. I stutter. My cheeks are flushed, and I can barely think of anything after hearing him call me beautiful. How does he always manage to do that? To leave me speechless. He takes another step toward me, and I lift my head so that I can stare into his eyes. I love your voice. He whispers as his finger lightly traces my lips. It's the most beautiful sound in the world. I can listen to you speak for hours, days, years. I will never get tired of it. My heart flutters in my chest. I know he's saying this because I sound like the woman he can't forget, but I don't care. Just for one moment, I want to pretend that he means this, that these words are meant for me and not for anyone else. He doesn't know how hard it was for me to watch him get engaged to Giselle. He knows that it was hard on him, but he has no idea just how much it hurt me. Even now, I keep picturing them together. I'm breaking my own heart, I know this, but I have no control over my emotions. I hate seeing you with her, I confess. I know it's not my place to tell you this. I know that you love another woman, and I know that I can never take her place. I don't want to take her place because I know I can't. I can tell you love her more than anyone else. I'm sorry you have to break your heart like this because of Giselle. I wish that I could make it better, I wish there were a way for me to help you. You're too good of a person to be treated this way, you deserve better, you deserve to be happy. I don't know why you think I'm such a good person, he whispers, I'm far from being a good person. I've hurt the people closest to me, I've destroyed more lives than I can count. I'm not the man you think I am. You should stop looking at me in that way because you make me want to be that man, to be the person you think I am. I gently cup his cheek in my hand, you're wrong. You're a good person without trying to be. You may not be able to see it, but I can. You've given me hope, I'm a woman without a family, and if I have one, I don't know where to find them. I'm pregnant with twins, and I don't know who the father of my babies are, but just being in your presence gives me so much hope. Seeing you every day brightens up my day. You bring me happiness. His hand gently touches my hand that's still on his cheek. I wish you'll stop doing this. I want you to stop making me feel things I'm not allowed to feel. It's wrong. I don't want to stop, I whisper as I move closer to him, I want to make you feel. He chuckles, and I think my heart stops moving for a few seconds. It's the first time he's laughed around me, and it was beautiful. My breath gets stuck in my throat when he brings his face closer to mine. Our lips are closer than ever now, and if I make even the slightest movements, I will be able to feel them. I want to make you feel too, he says in a hoarse whisper. My breath gets stuck in my throat, and before I have a chance to react, his lips are on mine. I clutch his tie and pull him tighter against me. I want to take all his pain away, I want him to forget about everything else and focus on me. I want to make him smile, just like he did a few minutes ago. Cain growls against my mouth, and I feel it all the way in my belly. I wrap my arms around his neck as his hands travel down my body before gripping my ass and pressing me even tighter against him. I still can't believe that Cain is kissing me. I know that he's drunk, but this kiss means everything to me. He may never know how much I want this, how much I will treasure this till my last breath. He's the man of my dreams without even knowing it. Cain, I whisper as I gasp and grip his hair tightly. Maya, he cries. I froze as that one word pierced through my heart. Maya? Who's Maya? Was that the woman he was in love with? Maya. Why does that name stir up so many emotions in my heart? Hearing Cain say her name while kissing me was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. How could I continue kissing a man who called me by another woman's name? It means that he was thinking about her. The realization hits me so hard that I feel the air get knocked straight out of my body. He didn't know he was with me this entire time, he thought he was with her. This fact breaks my heart into two. All along, I was hoping that Kane knew he was with me, that he knew how close we were, that he was enjoying it, that it was making him happy. Now I know that he was thinking about her, the woman he was deeply in love with. He loved and missed her so much that he mistook me for her, for Maya. I didn't know her. I knew nothing about her, but yet I didn't think I'd ever been more envious of a woman in my entire life before. How stupid was I? How could I envy a woman I'd never met? She did nothing to me except capturing the heart of a man I wanted to protect and keep happy for the rest of his life. Since I met Kane, that's all I've ever wanted to do. To make him happy. His sadness was something I hated to see. But having to stand here while he thought that I was another woman was ripping me apart. It's my fault for letting him kiss me while he was drunk. I should have kept some distance between us. I was just so happy that he was finally touching me that I didn't think of the consequences of my actions. I knew that Kane was in love with this woman, he was in love with Maya. I now knew her name. I shouldn't have let him do, while he was in that state. When he sobered up, he would be angry with himself, and it will be my fault. He was already going through so much, and I added to his problems by letting him touch me like this. I knew Kane enough to know that he would never forgive himself for being so weak in my presence, even though it wasn't his fault. The entire time he was thinking of her, this was my fault, and I would make it my duty to ensure that he knew this. We only kissed because I let it happen, he would have never done it if he had been sober. I couldn't allow myself to enjoy this anymore. His hands are still on my waist, and his lips have traveled to my chest. I close my eyes and try to find the strength to push him away. As much as I want this, as much as my body craves this kind of attention from him, I can't let it go any further. Kane. I force myself to say between gasps, stop. You need to stop this before you regret it. I'm not Maya. I'm not the woman that you love. You can't let this continue. I can't let it continue. I try to shove against his shoulders, but his hands only tighten around me. He's pulling me even closer than before, ignoring my attempts to put distance between the two of us. When he does this, it makes it even harder for me to resist him. His scent was all over my body, and I didn't think it was possible to want a man this much. My body felt alive in his arms, like we were made to be this close. I shook my head. If my hands weren't preoccupied, I would have slapped myself to snap out of his spell. He must be extremely drunk to let things get this far. I can't imagine how much pain he must have been in to let this situation reach where it was now. He was trying to drown his sorrows but only caused more trouble for himself. I gasp when he grabs my cheeks and gently turns my face to the side, exposing more of my neck to him. I whimper when I feel his nose edge closer to me, almost touching my skin. You smell so good, he growls. I gasp when he rubs his nose at the base of my neck before going all the way up to below my ear. I swallow when he inhales deeply, and a possessive growl leaves him one more time. Mine. My knees go weak at hearing him say that I was his. Why couldn't he be speaking about me? Why did it have to be Maya? Why was she so lucky to have this man's heart? I try to snap myself out of it once more. You can't do this. You can't let yourself fall for him. He doesn't know what he's saying, he's thinking of another woman, he isn't thinking about you. I need to keep reminding myself that Kane was drunk, and because of this, he wasn't aware of what he was doing. I can't help but wish that this was true, that this wasn't him imagining another woman while speaking to me. I try to push him away again, but he grabs my hand and shoves it above my head. I cry out when he shoves me up against a tree with one of his legs between both of mine. He's spreading them apart and bringing our bodies closer together. I want my tongue in you, he says hoarsely, I want to taste you. I want to get lost inside you. I break free from his hold and cover my mouth with my hand to keep myself from moaning aloud. His hand slowly runs up my leg, and I've never known pleasure as this existed. He's making me weak for his touch. How can I ever allow another man to touch me again when he lives in this world? I would always compare them to him. Kane. I cry in both pleasure and pain when his hand continues to rise. Pain because I know I have to stop this. Please, you need to snap out of this. You need to stop yourself. He grabs my hair and pulls it down so I'm staring straight into his hooded eyes. Say it. Say my name. I want to hear you say it over and over again. I'm fighting back to need to give him what he wants. You can't let this happen. You can't. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.